There wasn't another colour that we thought was in between those. If we do think that is maybe too dark and that's too light, we could, because they actually do colour matching here.
Welcome back to another episode of the VitrA build. We are here today at Brewers Decorating Centre in Nottingham. The build's making some serious progress now and we need to start getting some paint samples. When it comes to interior design and colours, I've brought Sara along, who's going to help us make some much better choices. We've also got a colour palette from Sara from Stage Spaces to help guide us along our way. Are you excited, Sara?
I am really, really excited to be here. We're at Brewers, who are the one-stop shop for all your painting and decorating needs. So we're going to pop inside and have a look at some colours.
Let's go inside.
Well, we can already see there are lots of choices here. We've got some colour cards.
I'm not actually that familiar with decorating centres, but this feels pretty kitted out. Oh my God, talk about decision paralysis.
Sara has recommended that we go with some greys, really sort of neutral colours here. We've got a light blue, and then like a khaki grey. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing a feature wall in the lounge, feature wall in each bedroom as well. In the kitchen, we've got a blue kitchen colour for the cupboards. So we're going to steer clear of having a feature wall in the kitchen because I think it might look too much against the kitchen cupboards. Shall we go and see if we can get some samples?
Yeah.
Let's do this. We are going to go for the Albany Paint. Huge range of colours.
My favourite. I think we should change the entire design of the house.
That is awful. Sara
Comment below, is that not
Sara
fire?
did. Pink is not everyone's colour. It's definitely not mine.
But let's look at a colour that we're more looking at. We've not seen the kitchen units yet, but it's kind of like a deep blue like that, right? Let's start with the main plain feel.
Which is here. What's our next colour, Harry?
I think they're nice.
Yeah.
Contrasting.
Yeah, that could be a good colour for every wall. That's a nice feature colour, seal grey.
I suppose the real question here is when you're looking at these three colours, are these going to interact with each other in the same room? Or are you thinking like we're going to put teal and blue in one, then we're going to put seal grey and green in another?
No. Maybe what it looks like on the wall will be, instead of white walls, like an off-white.
So it's in every room.
Potentially teal.
And the seal grey is one
feature wall.
with you.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going really grey and we need some colour.
I feel like you want to go really bright.
I don't want to go bright, please don't get that wrong. Of course I would love Pinkney. Of course I would love Pinkney. Who wouldn't? But I've not got to live in it. Here's Adam.
Yeah, that's nice. Feature wall. Against teal or white lodge.
I'm enjoying this, by the way. This is fun.
Good.
Shame I'm not painting my own house.
I think we need a bluey.
Excuse me?
A blue. I do like the Highbrook.
I know, it's
We
a good
could.
blue.
What about in the master bedroom, Highbrook?
Absolutely, lock it in.
Are we locking it in?
Lock it in.
Lock it in. So we have chosen as the base colour for everywhere. We've got some options. We've got White Lodge, Bridestow and Teal. Got a nice range there. One that's a bit more creamy, one that's white, and then one that's got a bit of a grey tint.
And then we've got a plethora of feature wall colours. Probably a good example is we really like Highbrook Blue, but we've added Blue Anchor and Liltington just to see how they look on a wall, just because they're potentially just going to look a lot different when they're on the wall. So
and
good to have some options.
There wasn't another colour that we thought was in between those. So if we do think that is maybe too dark and that's too light, we could, because they actually do colour matching here, so we could bring something and get it colour matched if we choose that as a feature wall.
Yeah. Then we've got greys, a couple of greeny greys.
Yeah. It's like a khaki, that one is, isn't it?
Yeah. And then quite a nice Seaford light one.
I'm looking forward to putting these on the wall. Let's get the samples made up. We couldn't find like another colour between Highbrook and Blue Anchor. Yeah. So
can you mix something? Can you make something up to go between those?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, amazing.
So the colours that you see, it is a good choice, but it's not necessarily the whole choice. So if we pick something and then we can check to see if that comes up with an available recipe. So were you thinking more sort of on the brighter side or on the more muted?
Yeah, probably mute. That. What about? No, is that like an in-between? Maybe that one.
Yeah, it's kind of just like we're talking about maybe a few shades between those, aren't we? Maybe something around here, is it?
You'd have something like that that would be a bit brighter, or something.
I think maybe something like that. That's probably the kind of thing I'm thinking.
So again, you see that's a rail colour. So rail colours they're basically available to be mixed in any range of colours. So if we have a customer that comes in that can't necessarily find the right shade within the Albany the brush out boards, we just give them the opportunity to have, you know, like a colour that's available to mix in all of the brands. So it just gives it a little bit more choice.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so we're going to go 5010 then. And we're going to go for the pile that you've got here. No point in writing all those down. Right, we should get those mixed up for you.
Thank you.
So this machine is the Crown machine, which is the machine that mixes products made by Crown, Centex, Sadlin, Albany and the McPherson's. So we just select the Albany colour. Okay, so this then stipulates the base that's required. So it's telling me it's a dark base. So each of the bases we have a light base, a medium base and a dark base. And what you'll see is that they all have different amounts missing from the can. There's not a massive difference between the light and the mid colours, but you'll notice that there is a slight variance of the amount of paint in each colour sampler. Wow. But then the dark one, look, you'll notice that there is quite a lot missing. That just allows for the colourant to go in. So we make sure we have a hole under here where the colourant is dispersed from. So we tell it that we would like it to tint it, and then it asks you, are you sure you would like to disperse the colourant? In which case I'm happy everything is correct. And then it also prints as a label that tells you the colour. Okay, so now it's putting all different colourants in to make the required colour. So we then stick that colour label on there because we have so many sample pots. We don't want to get them mixed up which colour is which. So we then just pop the lid on. And we can mix, I usually put about 4 of these in here at a time. So here it dictates which colourants it's putting in. So you've got a dark blue, a black and a white for that colour.
Oh, okay, interesting.
The mixing machine has to be sort of fairly level. So if you've got 2 5 litres, you have to kind of weight the machine so that it's not rocking. So what we do is we just sort of place them so that the weight is distributed equally, really. So I just put them in the middle like that, shut the door. So again, the sensors on the clamp obviously tell it when to stop clamping, and then it agitates the tin.
You know, if someone comes in and it's maybe like a different product that they need as opposed to a normal, they're just painting a wall. Who is it that would offer the advice? Are all the counter staff knowledgeable, or does someone need to call up I know there's a helpline like for more technical advice, or have you got the expertise in the branches that would be able to advise and help either a trade or a retail customer that comes in?
I mean, generally all of my staff are very well trained in, you know, the normal aspects of paint. I've got Levi, that's my newest member of the team, and he's only been with us maybe 6 weeks or so. Okay. So all of my staff, if Levi is serving, there's always somebody listening in so that if it does become a little bit too difficult, that we can support him. But because myself, I mean, I've been in the industry now for 32 years. The other members of staff have been within the industry for a good 6 years. Yeah. So everybody's got a very good knowledge of your mainstream paints, and there's always technical support on hand should we need it. Yeah. Obviously, if we're unable to answer the question, then we just seek further information. Right then, so that's all your sample parts.
Perfect.
I'm going to pop them in a box for you, just to make them a little bit more portable.
Today we are testing Albany Paint samples. There's no colour there.
Right now, I don't think I like either.
What's wrong with that?